their strength all morning long. What a showdown we have in store. A couple of Big 12 teams squaring off in what could prove to be a huge game. As we'll see, the Utah Utes taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the Iowa State Cyclones. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Utes will kick it away to start us off. He'll call for the fair catch here. Looking for a productive play on first down. They're going to run it to the right. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Looking for space. It's Hansen. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. They'll try to get the first through the air. Got it behind the line. It's Jackson. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football. But this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll leave it with him. Just buried it. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I love when players understand situations, and they understand where the first down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Power football with the run. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Beck. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Listen, I know this running back is shifty. I know he's really good in the open field, but that's just asking too much of him at this point. 3rd and long situation. He wasn't going to be able to make that extra guy miss trying to get that first down.
No good. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is. That 50-yard field goal attempt was no good, and now they'll have to play defense. 1st and 10 from the 33. Running to the left. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking for space. It's Bernard. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the 1st down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the 1st down mark.
They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Nice run there on 1st down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Quarterback extends the play. Oh, there's the ball. And the fumble goes out of bounds. They'll maintain possession, actually picked up yardage on the play.
And that's one of those where you just go, dadgum, if we had a little bit more space. Nice job creating the fumble, but just running out of real estate, not able to land on it. Man, you just get a little bit frustrated because you wanted that turnover. You caused the fumble, you just couldn't secure it.
To the ground to try to move the chains. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires to the big fella. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the 1st down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the 1st down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy. 1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Couldn't make the play on 1st down. They'll try it again. 2nd and 10 from the 27. Going to the ground. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
3rd and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here. Just don't take a negative play. It's caught. And they make the striking connection, and they've got it down to the 13-yard line, a red zone chance.
It's so hard for these DBs to try to match up with this guy one-on-one in the back end. He's just too big, and he's just able to run the corner out-muscle everybody for the football, and haul in the catch.
And the Utes have it with a 1st and 10. Toss to the outside. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And a lot of times the defense is focused on the middle, right? Bring more big bodies in the red zone. Don't let them run the football. Offense tries to do the opposite. Get outside. Get their speeds to the football. Had a little bit of success, but nice job by this defense.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wants to throw. It's rising. They're trying to get to it. Finds his big tight end. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the 1st down. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And if you're going to bring all your tight ends in the game, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in more linebackers, more defensive linemen. Get ready for the run. Less speed on the field, especially when you get down here in the red zone. I feel like I can match up man-to-man with those tight ends in the back end. Nice job understanding a run was coming.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
And those 4th down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.
Final play of the quarter coming. The give to the tailback. Just causing wreckage in the secondary. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Taking it the other way. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Utah!
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick 6.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Iowa State sending the offense back out. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He spins that thing down the middle. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. They'll finally put the brakes on it at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Cyclones! Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
Yeah, we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage. Defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Stanley. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Takes the handoff. It's Bernard. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. To the air. It's Rising. Unloads to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
Back to the line after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 37. He's looking to throw. And the quarterback is snowed under.
And the defense registers their first sack, and they're bringing pressure from the second level. They're going to do a really good job in this game changing up the looks, trying to confuse this offensive line, and they did it there.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Boy, was he well protected. Finally lets one go to the left.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
The Utes are moving quickly down the field. Going up top on first down. Makes his connection. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The give to the back. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. They'll try to run for it. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2.
Yeah, and I think on that 3rd down and short call, I honestly think that they thought it was going to be a 4th down situation. Now it's 4th and 2. I think this offense was ready for this opportunity, and I think they're going to go for it right here.
Would have just been a 49-yard field goal try, but they're hungry for touchdowns, so they'll try to move the chains on 4th and short. Quick pass on the jet motion. And the completion gives them a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
And you think about when you hit those guys on the move, man, he's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's just it's a really easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that when you're looking for the first down. You run that play, you get it. Nice, easy breezy.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Dropping back, it's Rising. He's got it down the middle. Hey, that's a live ball. Well, look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
They recovered their own fumble, but now it's third down. Surging forward on the sneak. And the Utes pick up the first down.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
They'll throw it on first down. He's got it on the move. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. Going for 6. Hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Utes!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up and keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game. So a lot to process and think about.
Looking downfield, it's Beck. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them, and it forced the incompletion.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On third down, going up top. He's going to fire deep. Catch inside the 30 and still running. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
The give from the gun. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll give it to the back. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa State.
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game. Didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. He'll bring it out. It's Stanley. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
To the air. It's rising. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Made some connection. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
The incompletion brings up a second down. He's looking to throw. Steps away. Takes a hit as he fires. Picked off. Still on his feet at the 45. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Cyclones. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
And that defensive touchdown all started with getting pressure on the quarterback. It was the hit on the QB that forced the errant throw. That was an easy interception and an easy pick 6.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Coming out with it, it's Stanley. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They need something that goes forward this time on second and long from the 14. Takes the handoff. It's Bernard. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Got it in the middle. It's Stanley. At the 40, there he goes. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Touchdown, Utah. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man. And
oh, they blocked the extra point. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And boy, did they finish with a huge play in the passing game, scoring from 85 yards out. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority one. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as we head to the studio for halftime. And the Cyclones will kick it off to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Stanley. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success, and so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Let's see what they've got on second down. On the ground, it's Stanley. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
As they come to the line on third and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. The Utes get the first down.
Yeah, nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
And the Utes are moving quickly down the field. He'll come out throwing on first down. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. Ball still at the 45 after the incompletion. They'll snap it 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. This time on target. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
The Utes have it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Rising. Finds the tight end. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
They'll try the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jason, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They just need a few more inches here on 4th down, and they'll try to get it with the offense. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the 1st down.
Man, when I was at Florida, Steve Spurrier would wait for this opportunity in a game 4th and inches, and he'd signal in Red Snoopy. Quarterback sneak. It works every time.
The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in.
Fires and picked off. Trying to take it back. He's inside the 40. After making the pick, he took it the other way, and he's dragged down at the 19. And they were most fortunate to catch up to him there. He almost turned that into a pick six.
Man, and he had a convoy, too. As soon as he had the ball, he just looked around him. There was just a lot of open grain, and he took off. Great job by his teammates on defense, getting downfield and setting up some blocks.
The throw to the outside is complete. Touchdown, Iowa State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, and hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly.
He lofts one down the sideline. And he holds it in after 25. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
Hey, man, on offense, we'll take them however we can get them. And sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. There was a pass deflection there, but a great job concentrating to haul in that play and come up with an explosive play offensively.
They just flipped the entire field, and now they'll try to cash in on 1st and 10 from the 20. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get.
Throw to the end zone, picked off. The 50. He's inside the 40. The 10. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Cyclone!
Dude, you're just thinking, hold him to 3, make him kick a field goal, don't let him score points. Heck no, you turn it into offense. What a play. Catches the ball in the end zone. Take a knee. Take a knee. No, sir. I'm taking this thing all the way back 100 yards to the house. What a play.
He'll bring it out. It's Stanley. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
Offense gets set for second down. Looking for a man. It's Rising. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
The back goes in motion. Looking to go up top on first down. Lets it fly deep downfield. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
This one's complete. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
Love the accuracy on that curl throw by the quarterback, putting it right in the numbers, right in the breadbasket of his wide receiver.
And the Utes are marching down the field. He's looking to throw it. Pressure coming. Looking to scramble. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
After misfiring, it's second down. Quick completion to the right.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Utes looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Goodness, that is the way you blow up a play quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Hair on fire, caused a wreck. That had to be a blown assignment. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. Touchdown, Utes! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
Iowa State sending the offense back out. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Might as well give it to him again. At midfield, he's got room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking, more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Carrying the ball with an edge and hammering his way to the 40.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game, running the football.
third quarter of play. Your score, Iowa State 35, Utah 27.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. The pull and throw off the RPO. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Got some work to do on second down after that last one. They need 13. On the run, it's Hansen. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about that defense? In the backfield, nowhere to go right away. You could tell they were playing the run game all the way, and they got in the backfield and got the tackle for a loss.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Quarterback checking off. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Complete in the middle. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's brought down at the 13-yard line. Second down coming up.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Hand off from the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Oh, they blocked the kick. Defense has it. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Looking for room. It's Bernard. Getting that push. A pickup of 4 out to the 26.
Brings up 2nd down.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, it's Rising. Coming after him. Floating away. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was so he's outside the tackle box. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Extending the play. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Nice job by the defense getting after the QB. He's trying to scramble around. He's trying to go get that first with his legs, but he's not able to do it because of the speed on defense.
Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking to the big tight end. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work in every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hind.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Iowa State. And they take it in for 6 more points. Well, let's count them up. 1, 2, 3. 3 is the magic number for touchdowns.
Yeah, it's as easy as ABC. Goodness gracious. He's been getting whatever he wants, whenever he wants, however he wants. I want to change something up, or maybe focus on that guy that's getting the football a lot and scoring.
He'll bring it out. It's Stanley. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it, be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
After the misfire, it's second down. Back to throw, it's Rising. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Feeling some heat. Unleashes one. He's open on the right. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. And the Utes moving quickly to the line. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. They're bringing heat. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on first down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a second down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. On second down, he's looking downfield. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And the defense loves being in this type of situation, right? You've got a big lead. It's in the fourth quarter. You know the opponent's going to be throwing the football, so you get your best pass rushers coming off the edge, using that speed, dipping and ripping, getting to the quarterback for another big play.
And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. Fires to the wideout. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His fourth interception.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting a big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator and keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
Picks up just a few before he's brought down, not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. On the move, it's Stanley. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And the defense is playing with a sense of urgency right now. Obviously, they're playing with the lead. They know this offense needs to find a way to generate points, expecting a shot on that last play, so nice job in coverage.
Looking to pass. It's Rising. Looking down the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
Fires to the middle. And his 5th interception of the game. A miracle they haven't pulled him yet. He'll try to take it back. After making the interception, he sets up his offense by running it back to the 39.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. 4th quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
And with the game all but decided, this quarterback will take a knee. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that are going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.